What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to episode 9 now of our Leeds United career mode in FIFA 17. Starting this episode off by showing you a squad report. If you're interested in checking out any of the players that you want to see and see how they're getting on in terms of growth and what goals they've scored. Decided not to show you the stats of them though. I will be doing that at the end of the season to show you how much they've grown in terms of their in-game stats. But right now, you'll be able to see the goals they've scored, the appearances they've had, and what their overall has grown up by. If you want to check out any player, simply pause the video on whatever player you want to look at and check it out from there. As you can see, Bridcut recently arrived from Sunderland for 3.9 million. That's how much FIFA reckoned that Leeds United have paid for him in real life. Ronaldo Vieira's gone up by 9 to a 69 overall. Then we've got O'Kane there, going up by 1. Matthew Grimes has gone up as well, but we don't actually use Grimes. Iwobi's gone up by 1. Whitehouse going up by 1. Stuart Dallas hasn't grown. Hernandez, unfortunately, gone down by 1. As you can see, I checked out his stats to see what he actually decreased in, but it's only physicals, so I'm not too bothered about that. Joel Green gone up by 2, and we actually haven't used the training system to get him up. He's just grown from playing games and stuff, so that's very nice to see. Sacco, I think, has gone up by 1. Anderson's gone up by 1. Kamar Roof, has gone up by 1 as well. Dakara's gone up by 1, so all our strikers at the moment grown by 1, apart from Lee Irwin, who is out on loan, and I do believe Chris Wood didn't actually grow up at all as well. So I wasn't expecting Chris Wood to grow, in all honesty, and the fact that we've grown the rest of the strikers by 1 as well is very nice to see, as we did take on Newcastle United for the first game of this episode, which is going to be an interesting one because if you remember, like I said, Newcastle were relegated in terms of a team that would have been bouncing straight back up. Newcastle would have been at the top of that list. But at the moment, they're not doing too brilliantly for themselves down in the Championship. They're currently sat, I think, in possibly, I think, for 7th or even 8th place before going into this game, I do believe. It might show you the league table coming up here. I don't think it does, though. I think it just talks about us being the lowest conceding team in the division, but I could be wrong there, as we see. They still have Mbemba there as well, so Mbemba's very good in this game, and very good in real life as well. I do rate Mbemba, and the fact that he's playing Championship football now is very disappointing to see. As you can see, they're best defensive teams in the league. We've only conceded 3 goals all series long so far, but our problem has been that we haven't scored enough goals, and that's one that I've actually mentioned to you guys about the difficulty and stuff like that. We will be bumping it up from around episode 11 to legendary difficulty. I just decided that I was going to go ahead and I was going to play it all on legendary, and if we win games, great. If we don't create chances, I'm afraid that's the way it's going to have to be. I may have to put more games in per episode if that's the case, to make it a longer enough episode for you guys to watch. If it's a nil ball draw, I do apologise, but I decided the only way I'm going to make this series more interesting for myself and for you guys watching in terms of us losing games and conceding goals is if I do bump it up to legendary. So that's what I'm going to do from episode, I think, 11 or even possibly 12. That we will be bumping up to legendary difficulty from world class. Right now, if you remember, I'm switching between world class and legendary, so I'm sort of bouncing between them, but from episode 11 or even possibly 12, I think it is, we will be definitely bumping it up to legendary difficulty, and that's the way it will be staying for the remainder of the series. That is the Newcastle United side, though. Mohamed Diame, obviously formerly of Hull. Remember, he scored that unbelievable strike to get Hull into the Premier League last season in, I do believe it was the playoff finals, and he actually scored that goal to get them there. So he's a very good player in terms of a Championship quality. I do believe he's actually Premier League quality, but for some reason he chose to drop down to the Championship to play with Newcastle, where he'd just been promoted from. He would have the first shot on goal as well in the 45th minute of the game, but unfortunately only fired wide for Newcastle, and we would create the first goal of the game in the 83rd minute. Antonsen, nice work by us holding onto the ball and keeping hold of the ball. Lays it off to, I think that's Chris Wood in the middle. Wood into our youth academy prospect in Joel Green, who somehow manages to find a gap in between the goalkeeper and the front post and fires home to give us a 1-0 lead here in the 85th minute of this game. I was over the moon when this went in. Couldn't believe it. I was thinking to myself, get in. Joel Green, sorry, not Joel Moon. I was thinking over the moon. Joel Green fired home to give us a 1-0 lead, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, get in. It's nice to see our youth academy prospect doing extremely well for himself currently at the club. His form is unbelievable. He's actually knocked Sacco out of the side, and there was actually a news article in one of the coming episodes that you'll see where he actually did perform, and the media were talking about him being in good form, and if he continues the way he is, they're going to have a lot of big clubs looking at him, and that's exactly what I worry about as keeping hold of Joel Green, is the fact that if we do keep playing the way we are with him and he grows to what I want him to grow, if big clubs come in, I don't want him wanting to leave the club, because that's the last thing that I want to happen. I want to try and keep him here for the remainder of the series and become one of our most important players in the series. 87 minutes though, as soon as we scored, you've heard the term, you're the most vulnerable when you've just scored, and exactly that happened to us here, as I failed to clear, or I failed to win the ball back from Newcastle. They end up passing the ball to Liam Bridcut, who, in all honesty, that was my fault. I should have smashed that ball out, and I didn't. Gave it straight into Mohamed Diame, who we talked about at the start of this game, and Mohamed Diame fires an absolutely unreal effort on goal to give Newcastle the 1-1 here in the 90th minute. I couldn't believe it when it happened. I was so annoyed with myself why I didn't just smash that ball out and clear it, but what a effort that is from Mohamed Diame. Rob Green in net actually touched it, but unfortunately couldn't push it wide of the post and only managed to push it into the top corner. But take nothing away from Mohamed Diami's strike, as they looked at Liam Bridcut there as if to say, you know, you are at fault, my friend. And he was at fault, but at the same time, like I said, in my mind, I don't know why I didn't smash the ball out and just basically just hoof it up the pitch. It was 90th minute, I shouldn't have done what I did, and I ended up throwing away 3 points there, which is very disappointing to see as well. So in terms of that, I am completely at fault for that one. It's not the game, it's not me, it's not the game, sorry, it's not my team, it's completely my fault. I should have just smashed that out and I didn't, so we lost 2 points there, gained a point at Newcastle as well, so I think we were a home side there. So to gain a point against Newcastle, if you did gave me at the start of the season, I would have taken it, as you can see from the match facts, 2 shots for both sides, 2 on target for me, 1 on target for them. And unfortunately, that was the way the game would end though. So we managed to draw. I would have taken a point going into it, but the situation that we were in there and the given circumstances, the fact that what I did, I am very, very disappointed that we've actually dropped 2 points as well. As you can see by the league table at the bottom of your screen there, if you managed to get the look there, just really quickly, there will be an actual full league table for you guys to check out in the coming episodes as well, if you want to check it out and see what it's like in the full sort of all the teams out of the 24 teams in the league, the goal difference, stuff like that. I will be showing it in one of the coming episodes, but for now, you won't be seeing it. But I do believe we're actually sat about 9 points behind the front 2 now, so that's not good to see, because like I mentioned last episode, if we were really serious about pushing on and trying to get top 2 this season, we had to keep up the pressure. We didn't do that in that game there. We managed to sort of give away points, and it's not what I wanted to see, as we did take on Rotherham here for the second game of today's episode. Now, I had to try and bounce back from that disappointing 1-1 draw there, not make the mistake that I did in the 90th minute of giving the ball away so cheaply, and just basically try and do what I was doing in that game, in which I was I was holding onto the ball and trying to create chances, and when the chance did fall my way, I managed to put it in the back of the net. That's what I wanted to try and do in this game. But obviously it was a different side to what I named against Newcastle, in what I thought was still a very good side, and what I felt could get a result here, which is, you're going to see it on the screen in a second. That was a Rotherham United side, though. I didn't really recognise any of their players, and that's probably my own fault. In fact, no, their centre attacker mid, is it Fecklington or Frecklington? I have heard of him, I just don't recognise his name. I have heard of the player, but I won't be able to tell you who he is, or what where he's played, or what he looks like. So that was our side. Joel Green retains his spot at right midfield for us today, and I was just really looking forward to trying to bounce back in this one, because obviously Rotherham, no disrespect to Rotherham, they weren't the best of sides in terms of what I felt we couldn't, beat. In terms of a side to beat, Rotherham are definitely a side that we should be beating comfortably. In terms of that, I don't mean disrespect to Rotherham or anybody like that, but in terms of FIFA, they're a side where I should be getting 3 points here, and it would be us who would try and create the first chance, but I end up giving the ball away cheaply here, like I did in the last game of the episode, and Rotherham made us pay for that. You're going to see in a second here. Very nicely worked on the edge of the area by their striker here. Like I said, no disrespect to Rotherham, I was expecting to win this game, but they proved me wrong, as in the 24th minute of this one, they took the lead in this, and it basically made me an absolute idiot, because at this point I was thinking, I came into this expecting to win the game, and if I expect to win games like this is what's going to happen, and especially, it sort of opened my eyes and just made me think, you know what, I need to sort of concentrate, because that's the second time within 2 games that I've made a mistake and I've conceded from, so let's not do that again, as I did try and get ourselves back into the game at the 40th minute here. Alex Iwobi into Antonsen, back to Kamaru now, as we've set through Kamaru, but unfortunately he could only fire straight at the goalkeeper, and I couldn't believe it when it happened. I was so frustrated as we whipped the corner in, win the header with Janssen, but it's a good save again by the Rotherham keeper. So 2 very solid saves by the keeper, and we weren't 1-1 in this game, unfortunately, as it's still 1-0 to Rotherham. 45th minute of this game, though, we managed to get a chance down the right-hand side. I think it's Baradi here. For some reason, they swapped wings, gave it into Pablo Hernandez, who turns inside the area, fires a strike. It's a very weak shot, in all honesty. The ball kind of got caught underneath him, and unfortunately for us, it went wide of the post, as in the 61st minute of this one, Rotherham may create another chance for himself. I don't know what I tried to do there. Again, another mistake by me, and yeah, we get a yellow card. In all honesty, it could have easily been a red card. That I was very, very lucky in the respect that I didn't give away a red card there, but from the resulting free kick, as you can see, they lined it up, and I was thinking, please do not score this free kick, because if you score this free kick, and my job of trying to come back in this game becomes even harder, and I was expecting them to pass this ball, in all honesty, across the face of goal and try and smash it, because that's normally what happens when they run over the ball, but I was fooled again. So twice in the same game, Rotherham made me look an absolute mug, and 62 minutes in, they were leading the game by 2-0. A wonderful free kick, I have to say. Absolutely brilliant whipped free kick into that top right-hand corner of the goal. In the same time, though, Robert Green could have done a little bit better, who knows, but I tell you what, that was a solid free kick, and to be losing 2-0 to Rotherham, in all honesty, in terms of the game, we actually deserve to be 2-0 down here, as Iwobi would try and create something for us here, but unfortunately for us, his strike would only meet the wide of the post, as we actually got ourselves back into this game. A bit later on, Kamaru gets fouled here on the edge of the area. Very weak to give away a free kick there. I felt it was a harsh decision, but at the end of the day, I'll take it because I really needed something in this game to try and get myself back on level terms, or try and get myself to level terms as we were 2-0 down. Hit the bar from the resulting free kick from Pablo Hernandez, but who was there? I think it was Marcus Antonsen to nod it home for us in the 73rd minute of the game. Sorry, 2-1 it was here at Rotherham, and like I said, it should be a side that we are beaten comfortably, but we found ourselves 2-0 down, and we had a lot of work to do to try and come back. 16 minutes remaining, and I wasn't expecting to try and get myself back in this one as the 78th minute happened, and Rotherham really just made me look a mug today. They were unbelievable, and I won't be taking them lightly in the future, let's put it that way, as unfortunately for us, we ended up losing that game by 2 goals to 1. So, I mentioned at the start of the episode, I couldn't make mistakes, or the start of that game, sorry, I couldn't make mistakes, and I couldn't sort of do what I did in the Newcastle game where I gave away the ball very cheaply. We gave away the ball cheaply in this game, and it cost us right for the first goal. And in all honesty, I deserved to lose the game in that one. I didn't feel as if I deserved to lose the Newcastle one, because the Newcastle one was a bit different. I felt as though we deserved to win that one. It was just a mistake by me in the last minute of the game, which cost us that. But in terms of the Rotherham one, we definitely deserved to lose that one, and I wasn't happy at all with how I played in this episode, so I do apologise for that. But at least as we've got, a number of games to go and try and work our way back into the contention for the top 2 spots if we can still manage it come the end of the season. We are coming towards the end of the episode, though. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to drop that like button. I have been Danny. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all for the next episode of Career Mode very soon. Goodbye.